Now, so in the last session, we have discussed about creating the custom objects in Salesforce. And how to create the custom object in Salesforce, we have discussed. And upon creating a custom object, what will happen and what kind of features provided by the Salesforce to you, that also we have discussed. Like we have discussed about that, upon creating a custom object, Salesforce is providing the three layers of your application. Like it provides a table in the database.com with the same name as the object name, and it provides a tab through which we can able to manage the records inside that object, which provides some set of graphical user interfaces, and it provides the business logic also, so that no need to design the user interface manually by our own, and no need to build the business logic by our own, which will be given by the Salesforce by default. And for example, if I'm creating an object with the name some customer, if I'm creating an object with the name some customer, then Salesforce is going to be creating the object with the name customer underscore underscore C, because that already we have discussed, we have two types of objects in Salesforce, standard and the custom objects. Standard objects means those objects which are ready-madely given by the Salesforce to you by default as part of Salesforce CRM application, like some campaign, lead, account, contact, opportunity, case, solution, order, contract, product, quote. Like that, these are the various objects Salesforce has given to you by default. Those are the standard, which we can customize, but we can't remove those standard objects from the organization. But depends upon the business need, depends upon the application requirement, upon customizing that existing Salesforce CRM functionality, or upon building your own custom applications to store your application specific data, we can create our own custom objects as well. Based on our need, we can create our own custom objects. So now, in order to differentiate that, which one is standard, which one is custom, Salesforce is using a notation. They're following a specific notation that each and every custom object name will be postfixing with underscore underscore C. This underscore underscore C is representing this is a custom object. Now it is representing this is a custom object. Now, so that upon creating an object with the name customer, it will create an object with the name customer underscore underscore C. So now C represents this is a custom. If it is a custom object, then we can customize in future, and then if this object is not at all required for you in future, then we can remove this custom object also from the organization. That flexibility is available to you. And upon creating this custom object, Salesforce is creating a table for you inside that database.com. That already you are aware of, that database.com is the database for the Salesforce applications, where all the Salesforce objects will get resides. All the Salesforce objects, it may be standard objects, it may be custom objects. All the objects will get resides inside the database.com. So now here in this case, it will create a table inside that database.com with the name customer underscore underscore C. And if there is a table, then Inside that table, we can able to manage the records. Like we can insert some records, we can update, we can delete, we can undelete those records back to the actual object, and we can fetch the records. To perform all these manipulations, to manage the records inside these objects, Salesforce is providing a set of graphical user interfaces to you in terms of tab. In terms of tab, it is providing some set of graphical user interfaces to you. Through this tab, we can manage the records inside that object. And on that graphical user interface, you will be having some buttons like as save button, cancel button, delete button, view button. Like that buttons are available. When I click on that button, it is going to be invoking some actions. After entering the data, when I click on save button, it is saving that record into that table. In order to save the record, we need to write some code. Because without writing the code, the record will not get saved. So that we have to write some code. But Salesforce people are providing that business logic also to you by default. So that no need to write the code by ourselves. Salesforce people are providing that code also by default. So that here, for each and every object, it is providing the business logic also. How it is providing the business logic? It will be providing in terms of a class. Okay, in terms of a class. So now here in this case, the class name is also exactly similar like as your object name. So now your object name is customer underscore underscore C. Your table name is also customer underscore underscore C. And your class name is also customer underscore underscore C. So this is the notation following by the Salesforce by default internally here. Now, in this case, in the last session, we have discussed how to create these objects and then what are the business logics has been given by the Salesforce we have discussed there. And during the creation of the object, yesterday we have discussed about the two scenarios. The first one, sometimes my client needs or my client asks me to create an object as part of my project requirement. There, he needs the object as well as the tab also, both. Nothing but he need the table and along with the tab also. Upon creating that object, I need a tab also by which I can able to manage the records. And sometimes my client asks me to create an object. Nothing but he wants only the table. He don't want the graphical user interface. Nothing but tab he don't want. Then how can we restrict that? That also we have discussed in last session. Because my client is having a third-party application, or he is having a tool. Through that tool, he would like to store the data, he would like to manage the data, everything. He will take care of that. Or else, he is having one more application, like as some SAP application or some Java application. Through that application, by having the integration, he would like to manage the data here. So that he don't want any tab. So at that time, how can we create an object without a tab also we have discussed. So now we will see after some time, if my client says, I want a tab for that object also, then what we can do. In this case, how can we create the tab for the custom object? Now we will see here. So basically, what exactly the tab? Tab is nothing but a graphical user interface. It is nothing but a graphical user interface through which we can manage the records inside the object. Through which we can manage the records inside the object. Then managing in the sense what we can do, we can perform all the DML operations. We can perform all the DML operations on the object records by using the tab. Nothing but what kind of DML manipulations? We can insert some record through this tab. We can update the records. We can delete the records. We can undelete the records. And we can view the records also. We can view the records also. So why I have written this view separately? Generally, when you go to the normal database concept, DML operation includes insert, update, delete, and select. These four comes under DML operations in every database. But when coming to the Salesforce, select statement will not comes under the DML operations. As part of DML, we are having insert, update, delete, undelete, and upsert. These are the five statements are comes under DML, and the view, nothing but selecting the records is comes under a separate part that is called as SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language. So now here in this case, when coming to the custom object, to manage the records inside that object, nothing but to create some new records, to modify some existing records, to delete some existing records, to restore the deleted records back to the actual object, or to fetch the records, we need some graphical user interfaces. Why? Because this application is not for myself. So as a developer, I know how to write the code, how to manage the data through programmatically. But this application is for my business people, for my customers, for my partners, for my end users. But those people are not the technical people, those people are the business people. They know how to run the business, they know how to capture the revenue, they know how to get the profit, but they don't know any technical skills. They don't know how to write the code. So now in this case, I want to provide a user-friendly interface to those business people so that by using that user interface, the people can able to manage the data inside that very easily. For that here, I would like to have the graphical user interface for my tab, so for my object. So in this case, in order to provide the graphical user interface, we are creating a tab. Okay, we are creating a tab. So tab means what? Tab contains a collection of graphical user interfaces. Not only one user interface, it is having collection of user interfaces in order to manage the records inside that object. So why I have given the word collection of user interfaces? Because to insert the record, we need one separate user interface. To update the record, one more user interface. To delete the record, one more user interface. And to view the records, one more user interface. Like that here, multiple user interfaces are required, which will be combinedly called as a tab. So that here, when coming to the tab, tab contains a collection of graphical user interfaces through which we can manage the records. Nothing but we can perform all the DML operations on that object records. So now here in this case, how can we create the tab in Salesforce? And that already we have discussed in the previous session. For each and every object, we can have only one tab, not multiple. So this is the limitation given by the Salesforce to you here. An object can have only one tab. Nothing but object to tab, we have one-to-one association. Object to tab, we have one-to-one association. An object can have only one tab, not multiple. Salesforce doesn't allow you to create the multiple tabs for a single object. Now, here in this case, Salesforce is providing the 4 types of tabs to you by default. Now Salesforce provides 4 types of tabs to you here. Now, Salesforce provides 4 types of tabs. What are those 4 types? First one is the custom object tabs, Second one is Visualforce page tabs. Third one is web tabs. And the fourth one is lightning page tabs. So these are the four types of tabs are available in Salesforce. Now, in this case, how to create the tab? Now let's see practically over here. So what is the difference between these custom object tabs, Visualforce page tabs, web tabs, and the lightning page tabs? Now let's see practically here. Now, in this case, custom object tab means what? For example, I have created a custom object with the name some client. I have created an object with the name some client. So now upon creating this object, I haven't selected the checkbox launch a new custom tab wizard after creating the custom object. Upon creating that object, we have discussed about two important checkboxes. Two important checkboxes that already we have discussed that. Add the notes and attachment related list. And the second one is we have selected a checkbox called as launch a new custom tab wizard after saving the custom object. So now in this case, so now whenever if we have selected this last checkbox, nothing but launch a new custom tab wizard after creating the custom object. Like let me show you that checkbox. See, inside this object creation, if you're having this last checkbox, this is the last checkbox. Launch a new custom tab wizard after creating this custom object. So now if this checkbox is selected, then along with the object, it will create a tab for you. If this checkbox is not selected, okay, if this checkbox is not selected upon creating the object, then simply it will be creating the table. It won't provide any tab to you. Tab will not be created for you. Okay, tab will not be created for you. Nothing but there is no graphical user interfaces available for that object. In this case, if the object is not having the tabs, then how to create the tab for this object? Now we will see practically. Because that already we have discussed, an object can have only one tab, not multiple. Salesforce doesn't allow object to tab one-to-one association only. So now here in this case, upon creating the tab for these objects we are having, the four types of tabs are there in Salesforce. Custom object tabs. Custom object tabs means what? Whatever the custom object that you have created, for that custom object, if the tab is not available, okay, if the tab is not available, that means upon creating that object, this checkbox, the last checkbox is not selected. In this case, if we want to create the tab for this object, then we have to go with custom object tab. So now custom object tab is used to create a tab for your custom object which is not having the tab already. So whatever the object is there for which if the tab is not available, then we can create the tab with the help of the custom object tab option. Now, in this case, we have to go with that custom object tabs. So now, let's make a note over here. By using this option, we can create a tab for the custom object which is not having the tab by default. Which is not having the tab by default. In this case, the limitation is that object can have only one tab. Okay, an object can have only one tab. That is the limitation given by the Salesforce. And the second one, Visual Force page tabs. What exactly this Visual Force page tabs, and when should we go for this? Now let's see. For example, come to the normal scenario. Go to your Salesforce instance, observe this. Here I'm having so many tabs are there on the tab bar. So this is our tab bar. On this tab bar, we have so many tabs like Home tab, Campaigns tab, Leads, Accounts, Contacts, Opportunities, Cases, Solutions, Customers, like that. So many tabs are there. And then in this case, when I click on this Campaigns tab, it is providing a graphical user interface to me. So this is called as the tabs homepage. This is called as the tabs homepage. Now inside this, what you have observed, there is a common structure. There is a common template is there. Like on top of that page, okay, this is the part. On top of this page, you will be having that enhancer list view, and then you will be having the recent campaigns section, nothing but recently created campaign records, and then you will be having some options are there at the bottom place. So this is the structure followed by the Salesforce. When you click on leads, okay, when you click on this leads tab, there also the similar structure. On top of that page, it is having that enhanced list view control, and then you will be having the recent leads section, and then some optional features like as reports and tools and summary, everything. When you go to the accounts, here also we are having that similar kind of structure. Like we have the enhanced list view control, recent accounts, and reports and tools. Nothing but what happens, Salesforce is following some standard notation, a standard template for each and every tab's homepage. Like upon click on this tab, this is the page has been getting opened. In this page, on top of the page, we are having that enhancer list view, and then we are having the recent accounts, and then we will be having some other options like as the reports and tools. But my client is expecting the user interface like this. My client's requirement is like this. Now, let me explain that. For example, I'm having the tab bar. So this is the tab bar that I have. On this tab bar, I'm having the various tabs. Like I'm having the home tab, and I'm having that accounts tab, and I'm having the contacts tab, and I'm having some cases tab like this. So assume that these are the tabs that I have right now. I have the home tab, home tab, and then I'm having the accounts tab. I'm having the contacts tab. I'm having the opportunities tab. So these are the tabs are there. Now in this case, along with these tabs, my customer needs a tab over here. Okay, my client needs a tab over here with the name search. With the name search. Search. So now as soon as when you click on this particular tab, he wants a graphical user interface to search for some records. Okay, he wants a graphical user interface. Like he needs a user interface over here. He needs a user interface. So this is the user interface, he needs that. Inside this user interface, he wants a search functionality. Okay, he wants a search functionality over here. Like he would like to have the search functionality inside this. Now, he wants a search functionality. For that, here he is providing some text boxes over here. For this, he is providing the search feature. Based on the name, he would like to search for some data. So here I'm entering some characters over here. Enter the search text. And then to enter that search text, he is providing a text box to you over here. He is providing a search text box. And along with that, he is providing a button control. He asks me to provide a button control over here. Search accounts. So this is the button control. Nothing but what happened, as soon as when I click on this particular search tab, he wants me to open a graphical user interface. He asked me to open a graphical user interface. Inside that, on top of that page, he wants a search feature over here. And based on that name, so now based on the name, he wants to search. For that, here I'm giving some watermark. Enter account name to search. I'm giving this watermark inside this. So now based on this account name, whatever we have entered, when you click on search accounts, it has to search the records, and whatever the records has been getting returns to you, those records I want to display inside that the tabular format. In the tabular format, he asked me to display that record information, like as that account ID I want to show, that account records name I want to show, that account records industry value, rating value, annual revenue, and the active status. Now these columns he want me to show inside this table. So now these are the columns he is expecting over here. Like the ID column, the search results I want to show, and the account name, and the rating value, and the industry value, and the annual revenue, and the active status. These are the column values he want me to show inside that search result. And the below, okay, at the bottom place, okay, at the bottom place. So at the bottom place, he asked me to show that enhancer list view. Here I need to show that enhancer list view over here. So in this place, I want to show that enhancer list view. Here I have to show that enhancer list view. So this is my requirement over here. Generally, as soon as when I click on the tab, okay, it is providing that the respective user interface, where on that user interface, on top of that page, you will be having the enhanced list view. But my client is expecting in a different way. Like, as soon as when he click on the tab, he wants to show a page. In that page, on top of the page, he wants the search feature, and below that search feature, he wants to show me that enhanced list view. But in this case, you can raise a question. Okay, you can raise a question. Then why we are designing like this? So why can't we customize this one? Can I arrange this in the order? No. Whatever the home page that we have for these tabs, this home page we can't customize. Okay, we can't customize this home page. We can't arrange this order. Like as moving this enhanced list view to the bottom, it is not possible in the standard home page. Salesforce doesn't allow. There is no such options in Salesforce to customize this home page tab. So now for that here, my client is expecting a user interface upon click on a tab where on top of that page it should have a such a functionality, at the bottom it should have the enhancer list view. Nothing but we have to move that enhancer list view to the bottom of the page. But on that standard page, standard tabs home page, that is not possible. We can't customize. So in this case, what needs to be done is we have to design this user interface with the help of the Visualforce programming, and that Visualforce page we have to open when you click on this tab. So in this case, when I click on that tab, if you are redirecting the user to a Visualforce page which you have designed, then it is called as Visualforce page tabs. Visualforce page tabs is for what? Upon click on the tab, I don't want to redirect the user to the standard pages. I want to redirect to my own page which I have designed based on my client need. Based on my client requirement, I have designed this user interface with such a functionality with the enhancer list view. So now to this page, I would like to redirect the user when I click on that search tab. So now for this one, in this case, if you want to redirect the user to a specific Visualforce page, upon click on a tab, then we have to use Visualforce page tabs. So this is the second feature over here. When coming to the interview point of view, these kind of questions are very, very common. So they will raise a question. So what is the need of going for Visualforce page tab? Because this is a problem. So now when coming to my standard page, standard tabs, when I click on that tab, it may be campaigns tab, lead tab, accounts tab, cases tab, whatever. On top of that page, it is providing that enhanced list view, but there is no such a feature is available over here. But my client is expecting, as part of our project requirement, they need a user interface which will be having the such a feature, and at the below it should have the enhancer list view in order to see that records. So for that here, we can't customize the standard home page of the tab, so that we have designed our own Visualforce page, and that page we have opened when I click on the tab. So that here we have created that Visualforce page tabs. This is a very, very common requirement in every implementation. Now, in this case, Visualforce page tabs. This is used to redirect the user to a specific Visualforce page upon click on the tab. Upon click on the tab. Upon click on the tab, if you want to redirect the user to a specific Visualforce page, then we have to go to that Visualforce page tabs. And the third one, web tabs. So what is this web tabs over here? What is the use of it? Now, for example, assume that my client is having some specific requirement, like on this tab bar, okay, on this tab bar, he wants one more tab. Okay, he wants one more tab over here. He wants one more tab. Like he wants one more tab with the name some Office 365. Office 365. Office 365 means what? Microsoft Outlook. Okay, for the emails. Okay, for the emails. So in this case, what happened? As soon as when you click on this Office 365, it has to open that application, a third-party application. We need to redirect the user. Or else, my client is expecting a tab with the name some Google or some Gmail here. When you click on this tab, it has to open the Gmail application. Like that here. Now in this case, what happened? I'm not redirecting the user to a Visualforce page. I'm redirecting the user to a third-party application, a website, or a custom application which we have built. So in this case, whenever if you want to redirect the user to a website based on the URL or based on the application's website name, at that time we have to go with that web tabs. Web tabs are used to create a tab onto the tab bar where when you click on that tab, it has to be redirect the user to a web application. Based on the website name or based on the URL of that application, we can redirect the user to that third-party application also. In this case, we are using the web tabs. Okay, web tabs are used to redirect the user to a specific web application based on the website name or the URL of that application. Whatever the application it may be, we can redirect the user to that application upon click on that tab. That flexibility is there. That's what here we are using the web tabs. Now, web tabs are used to redirect the user to a specific web application upon click on the tab. Upon click on the tab, based on the website name, or the application URL. Based on that application URL or based on the website name, we can able to redirect the user to that specific application upon click on the tab. So at that time, we have to go with that web tabs. Like the similar way, we can able to redirect the user to a lightning page also here. Instead of using that the Visual Force page, we can design our own lightning page. So which is also having an attractive look and feel, where we can able to redirect the user to that lightning page upon click on this tab also. At that time, this is called as lightning page tabs. Now, by using this feature, we can redirect the user to a specific lightning page upon click on the tab. Upon click on the tab, we can redirect the user to a specific lightning page. Then we have to call it as lightning page tabs. So these are the 4 types of tabs are available in Salesforce. Like we have custom object tabs, we have Visual Force page tabs, we have web tabs, and we have lightning page tabs. Now we will see how can we create the custom object tab over here. Custom object tabs. How to create the custom object tabs? What is the navigation over here? For example, in yesterday's session, I have created an object with the name some position. With the name some position _ C, I have created an object here. So this is the object we have created in the last session. But for this object, we haven't selected the last checkbox, create a custom tab wizard after creating the custom object. That option, the last option, we haven't selected so that only the object has been created. Nothing but table has been created. It haven't provided any graphical user interface. Nothing but tab is not provided for you. Now I want to create the tab for this object. How can we do this? Now let's see practically with the navigation process. Now let me show you that object name first. In order to see that custom objects information that you are aware of the navigation process, go to the setup menu on top right corner. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on create and expand it. And then click on objects. So which will be listing out all the custom objects which you have created. So these are the objects we have created, like as customer and the position. For this customer object, already we have the tab, so that when you go to that tab bar, here you will be having that customers tab is there. But for the position object, there is no tab is available. Now, I want the tab for this position object. Then how can we create the tab for this object? Now let's see practically here. Now, so let's go to the navigation over here. We can create a tab for a custom object with the below navigation. Now in this case, how can we create that? Let's see. Click on setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on create and expand it. And then click on tabs. Click on tabs link. Previously we have discussed create apps, nothing but applications. Create objects, nothing but created the objects. Now we are using the tabs to create the tab. And then go to the custom object tabs section. And then click on new button to create a tab for the custom object. And select the object name from the pick list. There is a pick list is available inside that user interface, which is populating all the object names which has been created but which are not having the tabs. Whatever the objects are there for which the tab is not available, those object names will be populated to you over here. From that we have to select the tab name. And then select the tab style. By using lookup icon. By using that lookup icon, select the tab style which you want to apply. Then click on next button. And 91. Select the visible checkbox to make the tab to be visible to all profile users. And then click on save button. So this is the navigation process. And the observation should be, it will create a new tab for the object, and we will be displayed on the tab bar by default. By default, this will be displayed onto the tab bar. So this is the observation here. So this is what we are expecting. Now in this case, how to create the tab for this custom object? Now let's see practically here. Let's go to the navigation process. Click on the setup menu on top right corner. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on create and expand it. Click on tabs. Because I am going to be creating a tab for my existing object. Click on tabs. It is providing a graphical user interface to you over here. So now when you go through this graphical user interface, it is providing the 4 sections to you. Custom object tabs section, web tabs section, Visual Force page tabs section, Lightning page tab section. These are the 4 types of tabs are available in Salesforce. Depends upon the type of the tab which you are going to create, we have to go to the respective section over here. Now I want to create a tab for what? For my object. So that go to that custom object tabs section and then click on new button to create a new tab for your custom object. That already we have discussed that an object can have only one tab. So now, previously we have created two objects in our last session. One is customer object. For this customer object, this is the tab style that we have selected. And we have created one more object with the name position. But for that position, there is no tab is available, so that this object name is not yet listed out. So now I want to create the tab for my position object here. So that go to the custom object tabs section, click on new button. Now, in this case, it is providing a graphical user interface to you. Here we have two fields are there. Select the object for which you want to create the tab, and select the tab style which you want to apply. Okay, select the tab which you want to apply. Now, when you click on this object, nothing but the pick list, it is populating only those objects which are not having the tabs. So previously we have created two objects, customer and the position. But customer object name is not populated because it is already having the tab. So that here an object can have only one tab, not multiple. So now here in this case, it is populating only that object name position for which we would like to create the tab. So now select that object name for which you want to create the tab and select the tab style. Now click on this lookup icon. It is providing a window. In that window, we can select the tab style which you want to apply for your object here. For your object, what style that you want to apply, you can select that style over here. For example, I'm selecting the style like this is a building block. Okay, the building block. Now, I'm selecting this style over here, building block style. Now, once you have selected the object name and the tab style, click on next button. So now, for which profile users you want to make this tab to be get visible? Inside my organization, we have so many employees are there, so many users are there to whom you want to make this tab to be visible. Which users can able to access this tab so that you can decide based on that profile level. So now I want to make it visible to all. Then click on next button, and this tab to be get visible in which applications by default. I want to show in all the applications also. This tab has to be get accessible, so that here I'm selecting that all checkboxes. Now click on save button. Now the tab has been created with the name building blocks. This is the tab for this position object over here. Now when you verify this tab bar, on this tab bar, the positions tab has been added on the tab bar by default. So by using this tab, what we can do, we can manage the records inside that position object. Nothing but we can insert the records, we can update the records, we can delete the records, we can view the records, we can perform all these operations on the position object records. So that click on the positions tab. Now whatever the style that you have selected, that color and the image has been applied over here. Now click on new button in order to create a new position record. And then I'm entering some position name as some SFDC developer. Now click on save. Nothing but record has been saved successfully. Nothing but graphical user interface is available, and along with that the business logic also by default. If you want to create one more, then click on positions tab, click on new, we can specify that. I'm specifying that object name Oracle SQL developer. Now click on save. Now the record has been saved. Like that, here we can able to create the multiple records also by using this graphical user interface. And in future, if you want to modify these records, if you want to remove this record, then you can remove, we can restore, we can see, we can perform all the operations on these records. So this is the way we are going to be creating the tabs in Salesforce. So this is the concept of tabs in Salesforce. Now, so in tomorrow's session, we are going to be discussing about the concept of fields. So what exactly a field? What are the various types of fields are available in Salesforce? So what is the limitation of those fields? And what are the various data types available upon creating the field? and how to create those fields we'll see practically in tomorrow's session. Okay, fields concept is very very important. Don't miss the tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll be having the session as it is.